In this video, I will show you how to sum values if the date is greater than the specified date in Excel like this. So let's get started. Here in this Excel sheet, I have some transaction details like transaction date and amount in these columns. Now I want to sum the amount if the transaction date is greater than the date specified in this cell. For example, I want to sum the order amounts if the transaction date is greater than 15th January 2024. We can use the Excel SUMIF function to do that. The SUMIF function returns the sum of the values in a range that meets the specified condition. This function accepts three arguments: a range, a criteria, and an optional sum range. Let's start the formula by typing an equal sign in the target cell. Now type SUMIF followed by an opening bracket. Select the range of the cells containing the dates as the first argument. Since we want to find the dates greater than the given date, type the greater than sign in the double quotes. Let's append the cell containing the date to the greater than sign using the ampersand character. Finally, we want to sum the amount cells if the condition is met, so let's select the amount cells as the third sum range argument. Type the closing bracket and hit the enter key to complete the formula. As you can see, we now have the sum of cells if the date is greater than the given date. To get the sum if the date is greater than or equal to the given date, all we need to do is to use the greater than or equal to sign in the formula like this. We can also use the SUMIFS function instead of the SUMIF function to calculate the sum. The SUMIFS function returns the sum of the values in a range that meets multiple criteria. We can specify more than one pair of range and criteria using this function. Please note that the order of the arguments of the SUMIFS function is different from the SUMIF function. Since we want to get the sum of the amount, I will select the range of the cells containing the amount as the first sum range argument. We want to apply the condition on the date cells, so I will select the date cell range as the second criteria range argument. Finally, I will type the criteria greater than the given date as the third criteria argument. Type the closing bracket and hit the enter key to complete the formula. As you can see, we now have the sum of the cells having dates greater than the given date. We can also use the SUMPRODUCT function to calculate the sum. Here is the formula to do that. This part of the formula checks if the dates are greater than the given date. Since there are 5 cells in the range, it returns an array of 5 elements containing true and false values. A true value is returned if the date is greater than the given date and false otherwise. The array is then multiplied with the respective amount cells, and this multiplication operation converts the true and false values to 1 and 0 respectively. The amount cells having the dates greater than the given date are multiplied by 1, thus remaining as is, and the rest of the amount cells are multiplied by 0, thus filtered out. The result of the multiplication is an array containing the amounts having dates greater than the given date. Finally, the SUMPRODUCT function sums up the array elements, and the result of that is 70. As you can see, we now have the sum of values greater than the given date. Watch these videos for more Excel tips, tricks, and how-to tutorials. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.